everybody. Welcome to the Flatline Podcast, where we talk about comics, movies, video games, TV, and everything in between. This is episode 2, and I'm here with my partner in crime, Charles.
Hey guys, what's up?
So this episode is going to be entirely comic book related. We are comic book fans, and we figured so far our channel we haven't brought too many comic book things. We have about 12 videos up. It's all gaming related pretty much so far. Most of it is my Borderlands 2 playthrough.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Get off your ass, Charles. Make some videos.
I'm gonna make some commentaries. Give you guys a little sneak preview. Gonna be talking about I'd say probably a premiere of Supernatural, because I thought it was completely crap. So
don't give away the shit right now, Charles.
I'm just giving them insight. Stay tuned. Next time on Flatline.
Give who insight at this point.
Okay, all right. Well,
okay. In time.
Okay,
in time you can give little tidbits.
Okay, all right. I'm just giving them some information.
But anyway, we're gonna focus mainly on comics today. Pretty much all on comics. This is the comic book episode, I guess you can call it. So to start things off, I actually wanted to talk about something that's more frequent in comics than I think has ever been seen before, and that's deaths of characters.
Plenty of deaths in time of Marvel and DC.
Yeah, I want to talk about the difference between deaths now in the comic book realm compared to years ago. And I'm getting to a point. You're giving me a look like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm listening. I'm hearing.
Okay, so back in the day, it almost seemed like when characters died, they stayed dead. I'll give you a perfect example. Crisis on Infinite Earths. There was 2 deaths in that. There was Barry Allen, the Flash. Yeah. And there was Supergirl.
Yeah.
Okay, Supergirl.
But Supergirl never came back. That one was dead.
But that's exactly leading to my point I'm trying to make. One, they either never come back. Yeah. Or 2, they come back 20 years later, because Barry Allen died.
And he came
it was
back
literally 20 years
later. He came back
later.
in Flash Rebirth, yeah.
But it's not just that either. It's when the characters used to die back then, it almost seemed like they died for worthy causes. But whereas now it seems like there's a lot of pointless deaths. I'm sorry, the Captain America death?
That wasn't a pointless death.
What did he die for?
It's the Civil War. It was the end of the Civil War. That sort of
Civil War. Yeah, okay.
That was the whole thing. I mean, even though issue 7. You don't really see the death of Flick. No, in the whole series of Civil War, you don't see Cap's death in actual. You don't read his death until Captain America, actually. Yeah. So when Cap gets shot, that's the trigger that's pulled that sort of changes everybody. They understand
I don't disagree with that. Okay, I misspoke.
Okay, that's
my apologies.
Yes.
The fact is that he died in a pretty shitty event.
Civil War wasn't shit.
I thought the concept was great.
You like Civil War?
No, I hate it. I really didn't like.
So what did you like?
I love the concept. We'll get into that.
You like Civil War?
No, you can't tell me what I like or
that's
what I don't
like. That's what a lot of people got. Okay, that's what I predominantly got.
Okay, but you can't just because you did. Don't make it like.
Okay, what did you not like about Civil War?
I love the concept. The concept was great. I just didn't like the way it came out.
So you didn't like the whole fact that they were fighting each other. And you had Tony Stark versus Captain America.
No, I'm leading towards more of the writing and stuff.
So the writing style?
Oh God, not the style, just the story itself, dude. I haven't read Civil War in a long time.
I know. I'm
going on the basis that when I first read it, I didn't really like it. I love the concept. I don't really remember everything that happened in it, but I can tell you, I didn't really like it.
All right,
to give you reasons at this point,
you don't have any.
Well, because I can't fucking remember them. Okay. Now I sound like an idiot. Okay, but basically, getting back to the point I was trying to make is that when characters died, they stayed dead. Like I said, The Flash, Barry Allen, Crisis on Infinite Earth, which is a big fucking series. If you've never read it, you need to read it.
It's a good event.
Yeah, well, it's a huge event. It's when they essentially brought the multiverse.
That's when they brought the multiverse in.
Yeah, and it's such a cool concept to bring all these different planets kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much where you see the whole. What are they called again? Fuck.
I don't know what you're referring to.
It's like the observers of, because the Marvel has the observer who watches, but they're called. What's the guys called? They're in. They have a name who are watching.
They have the observer and Fringe.
Okay, not idiot, not Fringe. DC has a form of observers. They have a name. Oh my God.
It doesn't really matter.
This is bugging me. This is gonna bug me for the whole night. I have to check. I have to look.
Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna.
While I look, you can.
I'm gonna continue on with my little thing, but the whole thing is that characters used to die and they stayed dead for a long proportion of time, and it was for no other reason than for the story, the sake of the story. When Barry Allen did die in Crisis of Infinite Earths, he died for a cause. Essentially, he sacrificed himself to save, the multiverse, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big thing. And the fact of the matter is he stayed dead for 20 fucking years.
Was it that long?
I think it was, because Crisis of Infinite Earths...
Crisis of Infinite Earths was back in...
90?
1985.
Oh, 85.
Wow, that's a 50-year-old.
So it was literally, 25 years he was dead for?
He didn't come back until, I think...
Mid-2005?
2000s, he was there... He wasn't around Identity Crisis. I think it's after Identity Crisis. Because he came... Think about it.
Okay, regardless.
Green Lantern Rebirth happened before Flash Rebirth. So Flash Rebirth was It was I would say a couple... It's probably about 40-something years if you have to really ballpark.
40-something years?
Well, it's about 50 years old.
How is it 50 years old? It came out in 85.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, it's a 50-year-old continuity shit. Sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
Reading it wrong.
And that's also another reason why it was such a big series, because it was 50 years worth of continuity,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
But the fact is, he made this huge sacrifice, and he stayed fucking dead. I mean, there was no getting around that. Nowadays, when characters die, I mean, they come back, 2 years later? 3 years later?
Not even 3 years older. I mean,
for instance, Captain America, how long was he dead for?
Cap was dead for, not even a year.
Not even a year.
He came back in Captain America Rebirth, which was pretty much before...
Okay, we don't need to get into semantics, man. I'm just saying, the fact is, it took him a while to come back.
Yeah.
Or not that long to come back. And it's just... And that's going back to the publishers, DC, Marvel, whatever. The fact that they have no pride in their product anymore.
I can't find that name. I'm trying.
It's not a big deal. I don't think anyone cares. The only person that cares is you.
Just gonna kill me the whole show.
Okay, but focus on the show and then worry about that.
Okay,
but the fact is that these people don't care about their product anymore. They really don't.
Well, they don't, because now they just pretty much dish out these big events in terms just for us to get interested and then get market ploy. So I mean, when everyone heard, oh my god, Batman's dead, that's
oh my
alarms,
god, how
right?
long was Bruce dead for?
Bruce was dead for Final Crisis.
6 months.
It was short. He came back in Batman Returns.
He never
died. He was trapped in time.
But the fact of the matter is, they title comics the death of Bruce.
Well, but then again, with theme of Cap. Cap never really died. Cap was was in that crazy.
See, but that's what they do.
They
can't stick with anything. They can't stick with their guns. It's like, we're gonna kill up. They're in a board meeting or something, or the writers meeting, and they're like, we're gonna kill off this character.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, stick with it.
Yeah, they should actually axe them. They don't axe them. They put them in these crazy realms. Like Iron Man, when Iron Man going the whole in terms of his story, what was it called? Oh my god. It was when it was like the whole event was how they were gonna turn Tony into a vegetable. And Tony pretty much had to wipe out his whole memory and pretty much his whole mind. And in a sense, we thought that this whole event was gonna lead to his eventual death. But they didn't do that. They did it in terms of he turned into this vegetable. Okay? And then, of course, Tony doesn't turn into a vegetable. He, of course, finds a way to get out of that whole loophole because he's pretty much at war within himself and in his mind, right? Okay. So it's like, they don't die. They always... No, they always...
Sometimes when they do certain things like that, it's interesting, like that concept. I never read that.
Yeah.
But from the sounds of it, it sounds interesting. It almost felt like it was from the sounds of it, it sounded like it was like a battle within himself. I
think it was Iron Man,
which is cool. I understand. Okay, stop. You're looking for the exact thing, man.
I'm just trying
Don't worry.
So I just want everyone to be understand.
That's fine. If people really want to find out,
they will look into it. Of course.
Yes. Okay. You just fucked up my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
You always do.
Well, let's just get back into the whole. Talk about. Let's look at Superman for example.
No. Okay? I wanted to go somewhere.
You found your train of thought then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. You can go.
Sure? Okay. The fact of the matter is that it's purely done for market ploy, undoubtedly, and to get like a high sale on these few issues that come out. You entitle Death of Superman, for instance, when Superman did die, I was young and like really young when he died.
Yeah, and everybody was like, when someone heard it, they're going to buy it.
I had just started reading comics then too, but the fact of the matter is, like, I wouldn't read like I did.
Yeah.
In the fact that like I actually collected series.
I
would just go to the comic store. My dad would be like,
check this
what
out.
comics do you want?
It's the same with
and
me.
I'd come back with like 5 comics, but I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, okay, yeah. And when the Death of Superman came, my God, my parents bought, like, I don't know, there was like a 4 or 5 issue run.
Yeah, it was.
Of like the Death of Superman. Maybe it was even more. They bought like 4 copies of each of those.
Because they think it'll be worth something in the future.
But that's the whole thing that people don't understand about collecting as well. If you're looking for something to be worth something,
and be actual rarity, that's another thing.
It has to be a rarity, but at the same time, it has to have some interest from people.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for Detective Comics #1, that's something people want, and also it's a rarity. Superman, the Death of Superman, that sold so much. That won't be worth anything.
It's not worth anything.
No, it isn't. I remember even looking into it. It's worth maybe $1.
It's worth freaking change pretty much right now.
It's worth less than the cover price, which
it's worth absolutely nothing because everybody wants to go buy this issue. I mean,
but that's what they want. That's what DC wants, Marvel wants. They get those sales, and that's why they kill off these characters. Another thing I wanted to talk about is not just killing off characters, is substantially changing them and keeping them that way.
What are we talking about?
For instance, The Killing Joke. Batman the Killing Joke. Okay, that's when Barbara Gordon
got shot and
she became paralyzed.
Right. So we're talking about
to date.
Are you talking about the DCU like the new stuff?
Just listen.
Okay.
Just listen. All right. She was paralyzed for how many years? She stayed in that wheelchair. At least 20 years, because The Killing Joke came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it's been for a while now.
It was an Alan Moore comic, if I'm correct.
I don't remember the year it came out, but I know.
I know it was.
I know where you're going with
this. I'm
100%
sure that it was in the realm of the 80s. The fact is, they kept her in that fucking wheelchair.
No,
Catwoman or not.
She was Catwoman.
Batwoman or not. Batgirl or not. I'm sorry, I'm twisting things up.
And she was Oracle when she was in the wheelchair.
And she was Oracle, exactly. Right. Batman and Robin, the series. At one point, Dick Grayson, who was Batman at the time, his partner, his Robin, was Damian, which is Bruce Wayne's son, right? We find that out. He got paralyzed at one point.
Oh, you mean the fact that
When did he get fixed up? Literally within that issue.
It was
maybe an issue
the next
down?
issue, and pretty much it's like
what was the point of that? Because that was such a great reveal too. I was like, oh my God, Damian's crippled.
Yeah, and you thought it would be over with him, but
why even do that? But if that's the case, no, I'm so sorry to cut you off. I'll let you talk. But the fact is, if they can heal Damian within like seconds, what happened to Barbara?
Okay, well, you have to think about 80s versus today.
Okay, but she's in that realm. She's in that realm. If they saved Damian, because after reading that, I'm like, well, where's Barbara? Get her.
Okay. Think about this too. Your whole being pissed off about this, like think about it now. I mean, with the new DCU, she's walking again.
Okay, but that's besides the point.
Wheelchair.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. But there was no development in story there. It was just starting all over.
Yeah, I know, which was.
But that's what I mean. Like, all these things are done for marketing ploys, and then certain incidences that happen within the comic that you expect to be these big thing that's gonna change these characters, their lives within the pages. It ends up being something that's resolved next issue.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Barbara Gordon in the wheelchair for how many years? Damian in the wheelchair, not even in a wheelchair, paralyzed for what? Half an issue? Like, wait, come on, man.
I'm confused. Why are we talking about the whole paralysis?
Because
we're talking about deaths about superheroes.
Yeah, but I was referring to the fact that these publishers don't give a shit. Like, they have no pride anymore.
They don't care about continuity.
Well, no, it's not even continuity. It's the fact that
it's what sells. That's all it is nowadays.
And that's my point.
Predominantly it. I mean, look at
they won't stick with their guns.
Look at Fantastic Four. Human Torch died. But Human Torch is back.
Of course.
Iron Man.
And how long was he dead for?
A couple months. Not even. It's retarded.
Like, why do that? And did he actually even die though? I didn't read Fantastic Four, so I don't know. Because nowadays, whenever someone dies, they don't actually die. Bruce Wayne didn't actually die. Steve Rogers didn't actually die.
Nightcrawler, he died and came back too.
There you go. Nightcrawler. A character that people don't really give a shit. A secondary character. Like, stick with your fucking guns.
Hey, no, excuse me? Wait, whoa. You just say Nightcrawler?
Oh, just because he's your favorite.
No, you can't bash Nightcrawler, okay?
You want to go into the X-Men.
Okay, let's hold on a second.
Let's talk about who are primary characters within the X-Men. You're gonna tell me
my
that
favorite.
No, I'm not talking about your favorite.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking Nightcrawler as a secondary character.
To everybody. Well, no.
I'm talking to generally.
No.
How?
No.
Let's listen.
What?
Stop saying no. Let me get my fucking point off.
What do you go say?
You want to go through who? If you ask
And we're
any
talking
person,
about-
shut up for a second.
I'm just trying to say.
No, but you try to interrupt me. Let me get my point. You can get your point.
Okay.
You
fine.
fuck. See, this is when you get two nerds talking about comics. It just doesn't work out. But you talk to anyone that doesn't really know comics, and you ask them, "Who do you know from X-Men?" Listen, who do you know from X-Men? Wolverine, Cyclops.
You're telling me
Storm.
shit I already know.
Okay, you even read the comics.
Okay.
Predominantly, the series are surrounded around certain characters. Wolverine, especially.
Well, he has his own series. We gotta understand that.
Why does Nightcrawler not have?
Nightcrawler had his own series,
and it got canceled.
Okay, I understand.
That's my point. I'm just saying
Okay.
people aren't as interested. It's a B character.
Okay, that's fine.
It's part. Nightcrawler's part of the team, but it's not a predominant character.
And we know the predominant character. It's Cyclops.
Then why are you trying to argue?
I'm just
you
trying to
agreed
with
with me.
Okay, I'm just saying in terms of how you're saying that he is not like he doesn't matter as a sense. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying he doesn't matter
You're
in the
saying in
series. I'm
terms
saying
of-
he's a secondary character. The majority of
Okay,
the story is going to revolve around certain characters.
Okay, that's
and
fine.
Nightcrawler is not one of them.
Okay, well, that's fair. I mean, if you read, let's say, X-Force, he's predominantly.
Oh God, yes. But
I'm just saying,
we're
in
not
X-Force,
talking X-Force. We're talking X-Men.
X-Force, okay, it's still part of their
Yes, but
of the team.
who of the people that don't really read comics maybe just pick up a
They
few?
only know X-Men. It's
They
fine.
know
Okay,
X-Men,
fine,
not
fine,
X-Force.
Fine.
Okay.
Why would we talk about actually on the topic of favorite characters? We'll talk about favorite characters. Like, who is your take DC. Okay, we'll do Marvels. We'll do one favorite Marvel character, one favorite Marvel villain, and one favorite DC character, and one favorite villain. So,
Okay. Well, you can start off.
Okay. For Marvel, Iron Man, all time favorite. Always love Tony Stark. I mean, I know you hate him. Just say it.
I never said I hated him.
Well, actually, you told me that.
I'm in between with Tony Stark just because he's a prick.
Okay, that's fair.
And he fucks over a lot of people with only his best interests in mind. I haven't read Iron Man. That's one of the series
true,
I haven't read. But from the Avengers events,
okay,
he comes off as a total fucking prick.
Okay.
That's all. I'm kind of in between on Tony Stark. But I like characters that are sometimes pricks. But when he fucks over guys like, Steve Rogers and shit, you can't help.
Okay, it wasn't a fuck over. They were both two people who had their own opinions, and they wanted this way, one wanted the other way, and that's what it was.
No,
right?
but I'm just alright. Go on.
Anyways,
Steve Rogers.
Okay, what? No, I said
Tony Stark.
Okay, my reasoning is, I mean, yes, he can be an egotistical bastard, but then again, his ego, honestly, it helps him out at times, honestly. And he's a freaking billionaire. He's fucking rich. He's got a sick ass suit. Can't go wrong with that. I love Tony Stark. If you guys seen the movies, honestly, you can't deny it. Robert Downey Jr. plays a good Tony Stark. Am I right?
You're asking me?
We're not talking to each other anymore?
I don't like the Iron Man movies.
Okay, we're talking to each other. You're supposed to give me an answer. You're looking over into the wall like an idiot.
Well, I let you talk about Tony Stark.
Oh my god.
The fact of the matter is that
shit.
I didn't like. Relax yourself. I didn't like the Iron Man movies. None of them.
That's fine.
None of them. I thought they were terrible movies.
But did not Robert Downey Jr. portray a good Tony Stark?
Not really.
Really?
Not really. Tony Stark isn't as comedic. Well, he is. He has his moments.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just Robert Downey Jr. seems so small in stature, and for me, Tony Stark just seems like this big dude.
No, when I saw Iron Man and then the movie finished, I was complete.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just my dislike for the movies in general,
or more for the character.
No. Let me finish. You always try to interrupt me and make it like you know where I'm going.
Okay, all right.
My dislike for the movies, I think, encompasses it all. And that's maybe why I don't like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
That's fair. Okay.
All right, now move on to your villains.
Dr. Doom. For Marvel, has to be Dr. Doom. I think Doom is
not a bad villain.
Doom is sick, honestly. He's everywhere. He's you think he's just predominantly just fighting Fantastic Four, but he's not. He fought Black Panther. He fought Hulk. He's all over the place. He's like a villain that you.
He was also the main part of an event.
Which event we're talking? Wait.
We're talking Marvel event. What was it? Thor. Thor was the main.
Siege.
No,
Siege is Norman Osborn.
Then I'm thinking another event. Wasn't
Doom?
I've been outside of comics for a little while.
The last Doom event that was big was the whole Black Panther event. He was the villain for that.
Maybe that's what I'm referring to.
But you never read that event.
Then maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. For DC, all-time favorite, Green Lantern. And when you come down to it, of course, I have to pick which one. Hal Jordan is my favorite all time. I mean, I love Hal. I mean, as soon as I saw that Green Lantern issue, that when I was a kid, I was like, this is awesome. This guy's a space police officer with a ring, using imagination to just construct whatever he wants. That's freaking awesome. And like, I don't know why. For me, it's just, I think with Hal, I find him more humble. And of course, yeah, he has that, rebellious, ego side of him too. But like, I looked at Guy's edgy, Kyle, RT, and then, John Stewart, the army, whatever guy. I mean, so yeah, I know he's black, but whatever. I don't really, I'm not.
Okay, anyway.
I'm just saying, everyone's like, oh, you must love Black Panther and Luke Cage because they're black, right?
I've never said that.
No, I'm just saying. Some people, right away, like, oh, he likes the black characters. No,
because he's black.
I like Hal Jordan. I mean, ask Evan. I got a freaking Green Lantern on the back of my car. I got a Green Lantern in my freaking dash.
Yeah, you like Hal Jordan.
Okay, I'm sorry. I want you to talk. I understand.
No, pick your villain.
Okay, villain.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. You've been talking this whole fucking podcast about your fucking feelings. Go fuck yourself.
My feelings on the bullshit which you agree on?
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm sorry if I'm more articulate than you and I can actually get my point across. Where I just love Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan. He's great.
I hate you.
I know you do. All right, come on, pick your villain. DC villain.
That's a hard one, actually. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I'll let you go to yours.
No.
What?
What do you mean? You just went through 3 different characters. I kept my mouth shut.
I'm
Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to start going through mine, and as I go through them, you're going to interrupt me and be like, oh, I know. I know what my favorite DC villain is. No. We're going to sit here. We're going to wait until Charles knows what his favorite DC villain is.
We can't let the listeners
just stop. Go. Think.
I don't have...
Oh, I'll keep them entertained. Me and them will badmouth you. Fucking think. Think. You gotta find a DC villain. There's so many.
Sinestro.
There you go.
Sinestro.
So what do you... So you keep within the Green Lantern realm.
Well, yeah. I mean,
okay, I know that's your favorite series and everything.
Yeah, I mean that's predominantly the reason why.
Okay, Sinestro is a sick.
That's villain. Yeah, and I think. I don't know if it's Sinestro, man.
Okay, no, you just stop, man. What is this?
Okay, fine.
This is not something that's gonna be cataloged for life.
All right. Let you go. Go ahead.
My God.
Go ahead.
All right, we'll
Lay
start
on
off
your
with
shit characters
Marvel.
for us.
Really? Why are my characters?
I already know your characters already.
Okay, tell
Daredevil's your freaking favorite Marvel character.
Give me my villain.
Fuck, that's a hard one for me.
I'm
gonna say Magneto. I'm just guessing here. Just go.
Magneto.
I don't know why Big Man. I'm pulling that right out of my ass. But I know I'm right on the hero. Am I right?
You are right on the hero.
Thank you.
Daredevil is my favorite, mainly based on the fact that he is a blind superhero.
Yeah, I mean, can't go wrong with that.
You really can't. I mean, that's brilliant in my opinion. In terms of villain, that's also something like I kind of want to go back on because I'm not sure at this point.
I don't have a Marvel villain.
I don't know, man.
Dude, there's so many.
I know there are. Like, I can tell you my DC villain right off the top, and that's Deathstroke.
Right.
Without a doubt, Deathstroke. The eye patch. Like, I base it a lot on their style.
How they look. Okay.
Well, not just how they look, how they go about things, like fighting crime or,
So, well, then, if you like Deathstroke in DC, I mean, sort of alternative to Deathstroke would have to be, let me see, mercenary, military guy. But Cable's not a bad guy. Cable would be like the opposite. That wouldn't work. Not Cable. Yeah. But Cable's a good guy. It wouldn't work for that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, in terms of DC favorite, like superhero,
do you have one?
I've never really thought about this. I'm trying to see, like, I want to like fiddle through my comics and be like, who is my favorite?
All you have right there is Deathstroke, Swamp Thing, and Animal Man help you out. Yeah.
Vampire. I don't know, man. Like. Honestly, I'm kind of stuck.
Joker.
No, definitely not.
Okay, anyone in the Batman gallery?
In the Batman realm?
Yeah, Batman realm.
Not particularly. Gallery? See, this is a tough question because I do have like I have Daredevil is my favorite hero. Mm-hmm. And for heroes in Marvel, I don't know, it's easier for me to pick for some reason. Like, I like them better.
Well, yeah, really,
I like the Marvel realm more.
You're more geared towards a good person and a good guy, right?
I understand, but I'm saying more geared towards Marvel comics.
Yeah, you put Marvel over DC. Yeah,
okay, but like, okay, I got Daredevil. I can't think of a villain that I like.
Well, think of Daredevil's Rogue Gallery. You have Mr. Fear, Kingpin.
No, Kingpin is not a good.
No.
Well, you know what though? I'm not gonna say he's my favorite, but a lot of the transpirings between the two.
Is that the confrontations?
That's confrontations. That's the word I was looking for. The confrontations between the two. There's been some moments where Kingpin is just totally fucking.
It's pretty
badass.
intense, honestly.
He's pretty badass. For lack of, having an answer, not having an answer, I guess just to have one now, I'll say Kingpin, even though he's not. Whatever.
Well, okay, what about Red Skull? Pretty.
No, definitely not.
Scully, huh? Big Skull.
Big Skull. It doesn't matter. I eventually, maybe next podcast I'll be like, oh, that's my favorite. But anyway,
no, you're not allowed to interject. Fuck that.
Interject what?
You can't throw no. Right now,
next podcast.
What you did to me, you should do it now on the spot.
But I can't.
Your villain is Kingpin.
Yeah,
that's done.
You want to do? No,
that's it.
That's not my.
Well, then think of one, Evan. If that's not okay.
Fine. You want to do that? You want to sit here?
Yeah, I'll entertain the fans for the whole time.
Entertain the fans.
Okay, let's do it. So Evan's thinking right now about his favorite villain and looking.
But you have to entertain them with what I'm doing.
What do you mean with what you're doing? You're just sitting here thinking.
So why do you have to talk about what I'm doing?
Why? What's wrong with that?
Well, how is that entertaining them?
I'm gonna tell them what I think you're thinking, and it's gonna be like you're sitting there thinking about how stupid you are because you can't pick a damn freaking villain.
Really? Because I can't pick a favorite?
Oh my god! Let's just.
That's not a difficult. That's not an easy task, Charles.
And you put me on the spot? Yeah, come on.
Okay, but you're happy with Sinestro. That is actually.
I'm really not happy with Sinestro.
Okay, this has been simple and it's gotten complicated. All I can say, all right, favorite hero Marvel is Daredevil. Favorite villain, I'll go with Kingpin. He is a badass. I'm not gonna say he's not my favorite, but for now I'll stick with it.
Just let it go.
In the DC realm, my favorite villain is Deathstroke. My favorite hero, I don't fucking know either.
Superman.
Come on, dude. What do you take me for?
I don't know. I just
come on. I read comics and I actually know characters.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
I don't know. Like if you go into the independent
realm.
Didn't
you? Oh, I know. I swore I might have heard you say before. John Jones, Martian Manhunter. Don't you really?
I really do like him. I wouldn't say he's my favorite hero. All right, let's go Martian.
Shapeshifter from Mars.
No,
man.
Dude. A lot of the things, the whole Blackest Night stuff, Brightest Day.
Right.
He was great.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever, Martian Manhunter, for lack of an answer. Anyway, and that's it. So, Charles, you got Sinestro, Hal Jordan, DC realm.
Yep.
Marvel.
Iron Man and...
Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Me, Marvel, Daredevil, and Kingpin. DC.
Look at your face, like, oh, God,
DC,
why did I choose Kingpin?
Deathstroke, and Martian Manhunter.
Nice. I swear that's a...
I'm not entirely too happy with
I know you're not pleased with your Kingpin.
But nor am I pleased with Martian Manhunter. Like, I can tell you 100% I'm pleased on Daredevil and Deathstroke. But either way.
That's fine. Okay, well, how about we talk about, because one thing I wanted to discuss was just the last thing, before we wrap up things, just the whole thing on Marvel and the movies becoming predominantly taking over comic books. Like, I hate the fact that I go watch a great movie like Avengers was really good.
Well, they're not taking over comic books.
Well, fine. They're pretty much interfering and adding the movie elements to
the comics,
continuity.
Yes,
it's really, I like look at DC for example. I mean, DC doesn't have a lot of movies yet. I mean, they've only had.
Oh, they're working on it.
Well, they're working on making their whole.
But it also has to do with the fact that they don't have a lot of movies because they haven't had any hits. With their movies.
Exactly, and only recently have.
Well, they had Batman.
They have the Batman's so really,
and that's
it. But for Marvel, I mean, we both saw Avengers. We both enjoyed it. I think I loved it.
I was happy with it.
Fuck yeah, Josh Whedon, yeah. Anyways, but going on, I don't like the fact that I'm reading my comic books. And I'm reading this whole, it's after what was the last event? Fuck, oh my god.
It doesn't
matter. The
Fearless,
whatever, or after Siege, all that shit. I can't remember. God, so many events we read. But the last thing was the whole, after the hammers were cast off for the whole event with the whole Fear Itself shit.
My god, you know what? Speaking of Fearless, that's the
Fear
event.
Itself.
Fear Itself, I'm sorry. That's the event that more or less stopped me from reading.
Yeah, you were really turned off. It wasn't like.
I'm not saying that's what stopped me from reading comics as a whole, but during that, like, I so disliked that series that I was just kind of like, I can't.
I didn't like that. The fact that I love everything to do with Asgard, but I didn't like the fact that you have this. Okay, let's just send these freaking hammers down to Earth and give everybody one, and then they're like super powerful, and then Thor and Thor has to back to our death shit. Thor dies in that, and what's funny, he's back. You know what I mean? So
well, I was also gonna say the fact that. All right. Well, anyway, just go on with your point. Well, and I'll interject.
Okay, it's fine. So back to what we're saying is the fact that I'm reading the whole.
Oh no!
What?
I remember.
Holy shit!
I'm sorry. I remember what I was going to say.
Your face is like no, like your eyes are like in the blowing out of your eye sockets.
I was gonna say that this goes back to the original thing we discussed about how essentially comics are nothing but like. Everything they're doing is like a marketing ploy, essentially.
Right. Okay.
And that goes full circle.
With events, right?
No, with the fact that they're intertwining movies with the comic books.
Yeah.
Because by doing that, they figure, you know what? If they know what happened in the movie, and they'll know what's going on in the comics now because we intertwine, maybe they'll get into it.
I mean, I'm not saying they're smart. That is very smart.
I do not disagree.
Holding Marvel, like, yo, why? Like, that's. I mean, you guys are smart.
Business wise, yeah. Sure, but that's not why we read comics.
No,
I couldn't give two shits if you're making $10 billion a year. If you're putting out good content, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But if you put out bullshit, then that's partially the reason why I stopped reading comics.
But
one, based on the amount that I was reading, and then also the fact that a lot of it, like, come on, Fear itself was shit.
But back to your point about, bringing out good content. I mean, not necessarily can we say with the whole Marvel Now thing coming to light, whatever, we can't really, we're not psychic. We don't know if that's going to be shit or bad, because that's what they're doing. That Marvel Now thing that's what it is. It's intertwining the realm.
But see, that's partially the reason why I prefer Marvel over DC.
Okay.
DC, their tactics in terms of marketing their comics and whatnot is so blatantly obvious, one. And also, it's like, for a fact they don't have the reader's best interest in mind. They don't.
Okay.
You can tell by just the shady things they have fucking done with their comics. Marvel, on the other hand, they've done some, but not entirely. Like, now they are with the Marvel Now stuff.
Yeah, but
they had never gone to the point where they started everything over.
Yeah, and I have to say, back to the New 52 stuff. I mean, we at first really disliked it. You fell off, so you haven't been reading it.
What I did read, it was okay.
It was okay
to begin with.
And to where we're at right now, I'll be honest with you, I was pissed. I'm a comic book reader. I have to grow to like it. Thing. You know what I mean?
They know that. They
know the readers are gonna read it, and they're gonna eventually be like, "Well, fuck, this is it." And
this is what I have to deal with. It's either this or nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, people aren't gonna make a stand.
Yeah,
comic book readers aren't like that.
Wait, honestly, I remember we were thinking of just like, myself. I can't even talk right now. God. You and myself and everybody, our friends who we read comics, were planning of actually just giving up, just quitting and just throwing it out the door. But
the 52, yeah.
Yeah, we're probably not. We're thinking about not even buying anymore. And
and I don't know, me personally, like when I do eventually get back into reading comics as heavy as I did before, I don't know if I want to touch the 52 stuff.
Yeah, no.
Based on principle, man.
Why
do you have to totally fuck with everything and start all over?
The series that I have been not really pissed off about, it has to be like, Justice League at first, I was, but it's been working okay, and then I think Batman's a really one that takes a cake, if anything, and same with Superman. I mean, there's things you didn't need to do. You could have kept it the way it was, but of course, shake up stuff, get more readers. I I respect that, what they're trying to do for marketing.
I don't respect.
I don't respect it in a sense of, I mean, they're making money to stay alive and afloat.
And I get that.
That's the point I'm saying I respect.
No. But, see, I get where you're coming from.
Okay.
But these companies, DC and Marvel, they don't make a lot of money from their sales on comics. They make a shit ton from
movies and merchandise.
Movies and merchandise
right now.
So even DC hasn't really had. Well, it's had The Dark Knight, which is a substantial amount of money considering there was 3 of them. They made substantially more than Marvel with the Avengers, which is their big hit. I mean, really, why do they have to fuck with these things? They're making a substantial amount of money.
It makes me wonder.
Like, I'm hundreds of millions of dollars.
I just realized we totally went off on a major tangent.
Yes, and I understand that, but this is where we are.
I just wanted to say before, though, because I just want to hear your opinion, the whole movies taking over comic books.
Well, obviously, we spoke of it, and I disagree with it. It's just another marketing ploy.
Exactly.
It's more bullshit.
Yeah,
because you have to deal with these stupid companies while they can't just make good comics. And I'm sorry, one more point I gotta put off. I believe that if they do just focus more on how, like, the story, and they focus on being that's their selling point.
Because for me,
I think people will buy comics, but there's a lot of reasons why people don't. There's recession. There's the fact that comics, well, there was a recession in the States.
But you can't say that recession is what stopped.
Recession affects sales for sure. You don't believe that?
Okay, I don't know. I can't. We're on the States, so I can't.
But how can you? Recession affects sales for everything.
Well, yeah, for everything. Yeah.
So why do you laugh when I say it affects sales from comics?
Well, I mean,
how is that so unbelievable?
Well, hey, I mean, you're probably. I'm not saying it's unbelievable. I'm just saying in terms of in a major extreme for people that haven't stopped buy comic books. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean.
Charles, if you don't have the money, you can't.
Well,
buy
yeah,
it.
I understand that. I'm just saying you're just saying like the recession affected it so powerfully.
I never said that. I said that's one of the reasons.
Okay. All right. What's the other reason?
Well, you always fuck me up, and then I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay. Well, let's
my whole point is that if they focus the product itself, the comic book.
So fresh ideas and good stories.
Good stories. They focus on the writing more than anything rather than the advertising or the stunts they pull. I think eventually people are going to stumble upon it and read it and get into it. You have to understand the whole nerd movement of things is growing. It really is.
It's growing predominantly right now. Just
us used to be cast outs in a sense. The fact that we like comics, we like video games. Nowadays, that's like I wouldn't say that's the
thing now. It really
that's
is
sexy now.
No, it is the thing now.
It is
because I'll go to school and I'll be talking about something that I don't think anyone would be interested in, and then out of the blue, it's like, oh, I like that show or I like that comic book, and I'm like, wait, you read comics? You're surprised by it, but then it's crazy. Like everybody knows about Fan Expo now. It's like Fan Expo.
Yeah, but Fan Expo has nothing to do with comics.
Okay, but just back to the fact of the whole nerd thing.
Yeah,
okay?
No, it's
when we used to go to these conventions, it was predominantly people.
Even when I first went to Fan Expo, which was in 2008, maybe 2007.
Yeah.
Literally, like there was a quarter of the amount of people that are there now.
And I don't understand. It's just crazy. And one thing I don't like is you'll go to these conventions. You'll go there looking for things and wanting to talk to the people and see these great things, but then you come across these fucking. You have it feels like you have like the jocks in the sort of nerd realm who like.
I feel that way too.
Yeah, because we're either really hardcore and then one's just like, oh, I'm just going there to meet this fucking person. It's like
no, it's not even.
It's
that.
like what happened to all the other shit that's here.
A lot of people actually go just because it's the thing.
It's the thing to do. Like, oh, I want
a friend of ours' sister. Nicole, Daniel's sister.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, a buddy of our's sister went. She has no interest in any of these things.
She just went for the fact of everyone was going.
That everyone's going. It's becoming Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, another thing.
Oh God,
millions of people go.
Turn into that. Man.
It's like, come on.
I really don't have to be like. Honestly,
honestly, I'm happy for these. Because the concept of doing a con itself, I love.
Yeah.
I love it. You get to see some of these, in the nerd realm of things, sci-fi stars, horror stars. You get to get comics, merchandise, shit like that. And I like the fact that these, cons are doing well now. They're making money. But at the same time, if I had to choose, I'd want this to go back to just the hardcore.
That's what I want. Like, I'm scared.
I love when we go to these little cons in Toronto. And stuff.
That's what we want. We want
it's just
the way
it's based on comic. There's a bit of merchandise, but I love that because everyone there is a fan.
Yeah.
And they're there for reading. Like I go to different booths and I'll look through comics and I'll talk to the guys selling them, and then other people will get in on the conversation. Like, I love that. It was a knit group, and you know what I mean? Now you see...
It's not a club.
In a sense, it is.
All right.
But now, when you go, it's all these people. It's like, people walking by things that are so blatantly obvious, and in our realm, everyone knows about, and they're like, who's this fucking guy? What is that? That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's what
you get. Don't you watch your fucking mouth.
Because there's people who walk in there and they think they just oh, whatever. I know. I can find whatever I need here. I know.
Yeah, I know Superman.
Exactly.
I know Superman is.
Yeah,
I like comics.
When they walk in, they really only know one thing. It's like they don't know anything. They don't know.
Which is okay, whatever. That's ignorance to a certain thing. To a certain, the
nerd
thing.
I'm sorry. I hate. Hold on. I hate the fact when someone walks into the freaking Fan Expo. And all you know is I'm here to see, let's say, I'll throw a name out, Elijah Dushku. Oh, she's hot. That's it. I just want to see her because she's hot. It's like, well, have you not ever thought of what she's done or what she's brought, why she's here?
Oh, that's going somewhere else. That's people just not appreciating.
They don't. I hate people who don't appreciate the expo. I'm sorry. You don't.
No.
I don't want you to come in there and just be like, oh, look at all these fucking losers running around looking for buying these
and that's
anime
what a lot
posters.
of it is, too.
And that's what a lot of it is now.
You'll see people dressed up in costumes and stuff, and they'll be like, we're a bunch of losers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, we're losers? Why are you here?
Why are you here? And that's one thing. That's one
Leave.
it makes me wonder. It's like, why the hell do you come here in our environment, in our world, to belittle us? You have no fucking rights. You have no right to enter this. You didn't get the freaking Dakota ring to get in this place, or you're some shit. You don't have a right to be in here. I'm sorry. And now that the fact that Fan Expo is turning in, as you said, San Diego, that scares me. It terrifies me because now
it doesn't.
Evan,
you know what? I don't know. No.
Think about the lineup.
Oh,
the lineup when we went.
Oh, but I don't go to Fan Expo anymore.
Okay,
Fuck Fan Expo.
Hold on.
As soon as it started getting bigger, I'm like, no, thank you.
Let me say.
No, thank you. I don't care who's gonna be there.
Okay,
I don't care.
Okay.
David Cronenberg was there.
Okay.
Fucking, you can bring Stan Lee back again.
Don't
you can
say,
give me Jeff Johns. Bring Jeff Johns. Bring him.
Evan,
bring him.
You don't deny.
Bring him.
When you heard about Cronenberg, you really
I really wanted to go, but did I go?
Well, because no one went. If I went, you would have went. Don't deny that.
I don't think I would have.
That's bullshit.
No, because then I would at the time. But then once I bought the ticket, I'd be like, you know what? I gotta stand in line to get into this fucking place with all these douchebags.
Okay, but in the end, wouldn't the payoff been well worth it? You met Cronenberg.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
You got his autograph.
Okay, but that goes back to the whole...
I know. You'd be
son.
crying. You'd be like, oh my God.
I wouldn't be crying. I'd be overly excited.
Overwhelmed. Yeah, overwhelmed.
But the fact of the matter is that we actually get that excitement.
Yeah.
These people that come in that aren't really fans... and fanboys, I mean, because we are fanboys, and they come and they're just there like, oh, it'd be kind of all right to see this person. I might as well go. How much is the ticket? $60. Fuck it. We go because it's like, oh my God, comics. Oh my God, fucking this guy's here. This girl's here.
Yeah, I hate when like I'm at work or like at school.
Are you going to Fan Expo?
Are you on an expo thing? Like, is that something you're into? I'm like, so what? Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking about going too. I'm like, why are you going?
Well, because everyone else
is going. Like, that's how it is. Oh, for girls, no offense to the ladies, I'm just saying a lot of my friends who are girls are just like, oh, it's an excuse to go just dress up and whatever, look hot in my outfit. It's like, what?
Don't get me wrong. For me, I like that.
Oh yeah,
I like some eye candy to see in some of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
costumes.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I'd be okay if they weren't there.
Because I hate
you know what? We are there already surrounded by nothing, like 90% dudes and fucking just stank ass dudes. But you know what I mean? So I've been in that situation. So if there aren't girls there, it's like, whatever. I can see them on the street and shit, you know?
But back to that costume thing, like even when Halloween, like, we were almost on Halloween. And don't you hate when your friends who are girls are always like, oh, what's that comic book that you like? Isn't that person like cute? Whatever. I'll wear her up, but it's like, give me some history on that person. I'm like, why do you need to know about that person? Well, some people ask me about the person, I could let them know. It's like, well, if you're fucking interested, you fucking look at yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what the
fuck?
Why not?
I would never dress as a character that just looked cool.
Yeah.
I'd never dress up as anything.
But there's people...
If I did, I want to dress up as a character I'm into. But for example, maybe Deathstroke or Daredevil.
But you'll go to Fan Expo and you'll ask somebody, oh, sick costume, whatever, and they'll be like, the one... I swear, there's people who don't even know what they're dressed up as.
I'm going to tell you guys a story about that. I told Charles this before. It was at a con.
Oh, yeah?
And this con was pretty big for some reason.
Oh, you're probably talking about Toronto Comic Con.
It was a
Toronto
Toronto
Comic Con.
Comic
The smaller knit ones.
Normally.
Yeah.
Last time I went to it, it seemed like it had gotten bigger. And this was when Fan Expo, that whole craze in Toronto, like it got really big and there was a long ass fucking lineup. But yeah, I guess from that, some people leaked over and went to the Toronto Comic Con. And anyway, I go there and there's this girl dressed up as Batgirl, if I'm correct. Maybe it was even Catwoman.
I think it was it was a person who had different, there's more than one. You're asking.
Okay, regardless, there was two people. There were a couple.
Okay,
the girl was dressed up as, if I'm correct, Catwoman.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that.
Tell the story.
And the guy was Flash.
Okay.
So I went to the guy and I go, oh, sick, man, the Flash. Well, who are you? You're Barry Allen. Wally West.
But did you know from the symbol which one he was?
No,
you didn't.
No, it was. It was a Barry Allen.
Okay,
it was. I was 100% on that. No, I remember.
Right.
It was a Barry Allen. Don't question me.
I'm just asking because you should know which one he was from the symbol.
Yeah, but then again, you can tell like on these costumes you buy. I mean, it doesn't necessarily say on it. This is
No, but I mean, it doesn't have to say. I mean, the symbol. Remember, Barry's has the.
Yeah, they have certain things that distinguish them. I understand that. This looked like a simple Flash symbol, so I made the assumption Barry Allen. Okay?
Just a J. Garrick.
But that's not the point. I asked him and I said, which Flash are you? And he's like, well, I'm the Flash.
What kind of answer is that?
And I go, honestly? I know, but you realize there's numerous amounts of Flashes. Like, there's a few of them. And then there's Kid Flash as well, which turned out to be...
Bart Allen.
Yeah.
There's four. There's Jay, Bart, Wally, Barry, and that's it.
Yeah. And I'm like, which one are you? He didn't know. And I'm like, and I even said to him, I'm like, why are you wearing the costume? Because he's cool. Huh. Okay. So you went out of your way... to look like a complete fucking doucher. Because I don't care in the comics, they look amazing, but
he looked like an idiot.
Portrayed in real life,
he looked like an idiot.
No, I don't.
I've seen good Flashes, trust me.
Okay, regardless, his costume looked shit. He looked like a doucher, and he didn't know. And I even asked the chick, I go, which Catwoman are you? She didn't know.
Oh yeah, because there's several Catwomans. It's true. Yeah.
She didn't know. She's like, I'm just Catwoman. Yeah, which Catwoman were you?
But
the fucking what's her name? The Catwoman, Halle Berry Catwoman. Is that who the fuck you are? And she had the old school Catwoman.
But when you
too, like the purple one from the fucking Adam West.
Adam West one, yeah. Because in that sense, when you say which Catwoman, you can say like which actress were you? You know what I mean?
Okay,
but then again, Catwoman is predominantly Selena Kyle. That's it.
I realized that, but it was so obvious I wasn't referring to like the actor.
No, I know.
And they didn't know, and I'm like, why do you go out of your way to dress like that and to be part of something you're not
because
even part of?
Because they want to be cool and want to be able to fit in with our crowd.
No, they want the attention is what they want.
Oh, that too.
That's why I don't understand getting up in a costume. It's like, what, you're doing this for attention. You want to come to a realm of a bunch of nerds who are naturally going to be like, oh, it's the Flash.
Yeah, it's like a picture with you.
Yeah, so because you can't get it in your real life, your everyday life, the attention, you got to come to what most people think the lowest of the low nerds. Yeah. Which we're not, but I'm
a cool nerd. I'm not one of those loser nerds,
all right, Charles, relax.
Yo, we're cool nerds, bro. Don't say we're not.
Anyway,
you don't agree with me?
Shut up.
You disagree with me?
Who the fuck cares? I don't know if I'm cool, and I don't give a shit. I don't know why you even care.
I'm a cool nerd.
Yeah, whatever. Just by you stating that you're a cool nerd makes you uncool.
Shut up.
Exactly. But anyway, these people need to fuck off. Stop coming to Fan Expo. Don't come to any... What?
Nothing.
What, because I stumble on Fan Expo?
No, I'm not.
Don't ever come to Fan Expo. Don't come to Comic-Con. I'm telling you this right now. If you don't like me saying this, fuck you.
That's why I'm laughing at you getting mad at the freaking...
That's fucking bullshit. Don't come into our place anymore. We don't come to your fucking whatever it is you do, where you go to your masseuse and get your mask, or your tanning salons, or your fucking... don't come to our shit and fuck with our vibe, yo.
Okay, you alright?
I
okay, bro?
feel like punching a puppy. I will. If someone gives me a puppy and it's dressed
just make sure it's
dressed up in a fucking...
Don't hurt Crypto. Don't hurt Crypto.
Oh no, Crypto! I wouldn't fuck with Crypto. Crypto's my man.
Dressed up as what?
Dressed up as like the Flash or something. I would ask the dog. I go, "Who are you, Wally West, Barry Allen?
Come
on, talk to me."
The dog
doesn't. The dog barks. I
Bart could be Bart Allen.
In that case, right on, puppy. Give him a little puppy props. If he doesn't say anything, looks at me all blankly, he's getting a kick in the head.
All right. Enough of that. All right. Okay, good.
Stop coming.
All right, guys. Well, Evan here, like, relax. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Flatline Podcast, and if you did, then leave us, of course, a like, a favorite, and if you're new around here, please subscribe and for more content. And anything else we gotta say to our listeners?
Stop coming to our shit. Don't come to Fan Expo. Don't come to Comic Con.
All right, guys.
I don't want to see you around a comic shop because you think it looks cool.
Okay, all right. Later days, guys. Later days.
All right, peace.